guys, it's Caleb from Rokblokz. I'm here today with a 5th gen Camaro. I'm going to show you how to install our mud flaps and our splash guards. Alright, now we're at the front of the car. We went ahead and turned the wheel to gain a little more access to the wheel well. What you want to do is remove the 2 OEM screws from the fender liner here. That will require a T15 Torx. We'll take those screws, set them aside. We'll be using them to install the flap. And that's pretty much all you'll need to remove for the front. So we'll go over, I'll show you what you'll get in your kit. We have the 2 variations laid side by side. This is our Splash Guard version, a more minimalistic, smaller version. And then we have our larger flat version for all the protection. That will come with a clip, a 3/4 countersunk screw, a dress washer, and then we'll be reutilizing those OEM screws. The tools that you'll need, we have our short ratcheting screwdrivers available on our website to gain access into those tight places, but you'll also need a Phillips head screwdriver or bit, and then for the rear you'll need a number 4 Allen key. So we'll go ahead and install the clip onto the flap. We'll put it on the back side with the logo and place it so that it sits inside the designed holes right there. And then we'll take our countersunk and our dress washer and we'll hold that securely to the flap. So just going to hold it by hand, but you can hold it with pliers to make it a little easier. And we'll just snug that up tight. Make sure that that clip is lined up with the slot there. And so the section that has a little bump will be facing the outside of the flap. So now that we've got that installed, we can go ahead and throw this on the car. So now we're going to take this and we're going to mount this center hole first at kind of an angle. So we'll put our OEM screw in there, tighten it a couple of turns by hand, and then this fender clip is actually just going to pinch over the edge of the fender here. So you'll push it back and slide it over, and then we'll put in our bottom screw there into the OEM hole. Now we'll take our small tool with the T15 Torx, put it on tighten, get those snug, make any final adjustments, and then fully tighten those down. So that's the install on the front. You can repeat those same steps for the other side. Now let's go ahead and move to the rear and I'll show you how to install those. Alright, so now we're at the rear of the vehicle. We want to go ahead and remove the 3 OEM screws inside your liner here. Then we're going to go ahead and pull that outward and remove the 3 clips right here. So that way we can go ahead and replace them with our N6 metal clips, putting the extruded side on the inside of the bumper. Then we'll replace the liner. We'll grab our flap, and what you're going to get with your rear flap is 3 of our dress washers, 2 40mm countersunk screws, and a shorter 30mm countersunk screw, along with a few spacers. Here we have the flaps laid out. We have our Splash Guard version like I showed you up front. It's just a little bit smaller than our mud flap version. So we're going to go ahead and install the mud flap on this car. This is where you'll need your 4mm Allen key. So we'll take that, we'll grab our flap. We'll start with the 30mm in the dress washer, and that's just going to go directly into this lower hole here. We'll get that started by hand, just a couple of turns. Then we'll move on to the second hole. We'll grab a 40mm screw with the dress washer, and this one we're going to place a smaller spacer on. Line that up with the hole. And also get that one started by hand. Now for the last, we'll take the last remaining 40 mil screw and the larger spacer. Add through the hole, the spacer on the back side. Align that with the hole and start that one by hand as well. I don't care, it's a double dare. Go ahead and get these hole 2 and 3 snugged up. It's alright, she's in my side. I got one. Now that those are snug, you can go ahead and make any adjustments you need. Making sure that it looks good and is lined up. And we'll go ahead and finally tighten all of those down. She drives me wild, and she looks in my eyes. And that's how you do the rear. You can do the same thing on the other side. The install, like I said, is the same for our splash guards and our mud flaps. So hopefully that helps you install your Rokblokz. I've got to